It won't match up to the silent sobs that attack you when you're alone. Like a fly, you'll be seeking that light, but that light may just end up hurting you. So you keep away, keep yourself in the darkness. At least you know what to expect. It's a scary place out there. One false move and it may just be the end. Critics, backstabbers, hypocrites, destroyers. They're all out there just waiting for you to move. Everyone is already ahead. Somehow they made it through. And yet you still haven't tried to take a step forward. Part of it is due to the things you can't control. But the rest? Oh, the rest is all you. Pace yourself. Don't rush. Things take time and happen when they're supposed to. So dear confused person, searching for directions, needing a hand to lead the way, you'll be okay. Because even through the storming and ominous clouds, you'll eventually find your way. Rush. Love yourself. Don't love yourself. Because you see, this life is yours. And yes, others may open a few doors. But in the end, it all comes down to you. Whether you wake up in the morning and decide to take on the day, whether you decide to keep quiet or always have something to say, you are player one in this game, and you learn from your mistakes because you promise yourself future errors won't be the same. And you've stumbled and crumbled every now and then, cursing to the heavens, wishing things that would have been, could have been. Your life you've been trying to figure out, all you want is a miracle for your wish. There are times when you're filled with doubt, and the way things are now don't satisfy you enough. Problems become struggles, and we know struggles are tough. There's some fear, there's some dread. We're not sure what to do, and at times we think we're better off dead. Risks seem like an option, but we dare not move forward, just in case we get burned. We worry we will never be saved, and any hint of happiness will fade away. But keep telling yourself things will be fine, because eventually things will change for the better in a matter of time. The process of healing. I am trapped in this damnation called depression, where my mind is a slave to all the ridicule and verbal abuse. My demons have become an obsession, and their possession. Limp body, low spirits, I can't seem to push myself enough. I'll fight and I'll scream, but this terrible sensation is tough. Internal wounds that ache almost every time I awake, as I suffocate, wondering if this will forever be my fate. Dreams torment me. My imagination tries its best to keep me sane, keep me trained to believe that one day they will come true, even if I tell myself I'm a failure and that's nothing new. I want to sleep, I want to eat, I want to do nothing and then repeat. The birds chirping outside, the leaves rustling on the trees. The clock ticks on and time goes by, and sadly I'm still me. My curtains are closed, I dread the thought of going outside. I'm a mess, we're a mess, so I need to stay under the blankets and hide. I roll myself up, curl myself tight, just waiting and waiting for the fall of the night. Love for who I am does not come easy, because today, tomorrow, or the day after, I can't seem to find a reason to accept myself. It almost feels sleazy. Anxiety pinches me, causes my hands to shake. My heart is beating way too fast. All the inner voices become voices of hate. I'm trying to maintain a certain way to keep my worries locked up and put away. And I pray that love will enter my soul and I won't ever have to run away. Depression has cradled the version of me that I have known for years. It has watched me grow, stumble, crawl, and fight off tear after tear. I believe that one day I will gain the confidence and self-love that I deserve, because I believe that one day I will overcome the storm inside that I have always observed. I will push myself forward, push myself toward accepting me for me. That is my goal, my number one goal, to break from these chains and finally be set free. Until you love yourself. Smile like you mean it. Be happy. Really, try it. Your eyes are the doors into your soul. Make loving yourself your next goal. My heart isn't ready to let you in, because you allow the sadness to build up and win. Maybe I can't see how hard you're trying, and how my pressure to see you get better causes you to start crying. Maybe I want you to be stronger, be confident, and stand taller. Maybe I don't love you just yet, but as time passes, I will find myself reaching for you before it becomes a regret. Maybe you're scared to make changes, take risks, do not care where others think. But I believe you will learn how to swim once you start to sink. I want to see you shine, shine so bright that no matter what happens, you will never surrender and always fight. Laugh like there is no tomorrow. Be silly and enjoy what life brings your way. I want nothing more than to see you happy and be part of your blissful days. Until you love yourself, you will not feel like you are ever enough to be with me. Until you love yourself, you will continue to be blinded by what you only think and see. Trust me, I want to see you glow. Once you love yourself, you will discover a happiness that I've wanted you to know. Beauty. May the rain erase all the tears you've cried, walking home with your friend's self-hate by your side. May the frown on your face be replaced with a smile that exposes the beautiful soul within. May the low self-esteem cower at your confident grin. May the world know your name as someone who decided to remain, even when the demons tried to win. May the pain subside and make a compromise, that it won't overpower you and become your demise. May the one you love be your angel from above, keep you from slipping into the depths of your mind that crush you inside and cause excruciating sorrow during your lifetime. May your prayers come true and your downs become few. May your heart beat with joy and your hands stop shaking in fear. May your blessings be many and happiness be near. May the worries and distress back away from your chest and your aura impress all who see you. May the sadness that grips you tight no longer awaken you through the night, and the day be greeted by such a beautiful sight. May the torment disappear and all begin to revere at your kindness and grace. May the demons die and the angels cover you in a warm embrace. May you always feel loved and never alone. Remember, you're as gentle as a feather, but also strong like a stone. All about us. When the flowers bloom and the sun begins to rise, I will be here in your arms, watching you smile or soothing your cries. How the time has passed and the days gone by. Through the good and the bad, you're still by my side. Oh, what a pair of partners in crime, as we drive under the moonlight sky and slow down time. And throughout the night, I feel your skin gently against mine. Oh, what a sight. My oh my, aren't you fine? We have our moments where our thoughts and feelings don't align. But even through the storms and the lows, we end up winning and rising high. Sometimes I wish I could do more and our efforts combined could create something beautiful that can't be forgotten or left behind. When you kiss me with those lips and grab me by the hips, we have yet to say the words of love and declare it to God up above. Te agradezco mi voz de amor. Te amoro. Y ves que esto no es un error. My dreams become yours and your dreams become mine. We support one another and we are one of a kind. Let the world see how united we are. We will move forward and stand our ground. Oh yes, we will go far.
Kenikmatan detik hidup anda bermula dengan sebiji kopi. Dijaga rapi, dipilih dengan teliti, dipanggang sempurna untuk aroma dan rasa Nescafe yang dicintai rakyat Malaysia. Nescafe, disemai dengan kasih, dinikmati sepenuh hati.
It's never too late. The question still remains on what happens to us once we die. And yet most people fear living more than they do death, and others can't understand why. Our minds sometimes start to turn against us, telling us why we should throw in the towel, but these words are full of lies. We're afraid that one day we'll open our eyes and see our demise, knowing fully well that our decisions can hold us back instead of help us rise. We're obsessed with the constant craving of obtaining what we desire the most, even if we lose ourselves to the failures or sell our souls to a host. I know that I am guilty of falling within the depths of depression, allowing the voices in my head to claim me as their possession. And every breath I take is followed by tears, not understanding why I cower and retreat when I'm face to face with my fears. I know what it's like to feel as if the world itself has crumbled beneath my feet. But time and time again, I have learned how to get up and not submit to defeat. I know what it's like to feel as if there is no more reason left to stay. But even in this darkness, I always found an escape and ran away. I know it's not easy to climb the mountains and keep from looking down, because with every stumble and every failed approach, I know that I'll keep climbing without a sound. There are nights where I start to feel out of place, and during these nights I begin to wonder what will become of my fate. But I try my best to repeat the dosage of positivity that swims through my mind, allow it to run through my veins to keep me from looking back through time. I confess that I've danced with the devil before, questioned why life is so unfair and how I could overcome it. I even thought of removing myself from the picture and leave my lifeless body on the floor. The thoughts were never kind and neither was he, so I made it my goal to find out how to love me for me. I knew that deep down inside it was all up to me and only me to atone for my sins so he wouldn't want. And that's when I knew I had to fight for my life, because it's something so precious, my tunnel, my light. So 3 cheers to the hopeless who will become hopeful. 3 cheers to the broken who will become whole again. Because with time, everything will turn out all right. Or I have learned to find a friend within me.
Hero yang kuat atau kuat hebat tidak menjamin kemenangan, tapi berjuang dengan Nescafe pasti kegembiraan bersama.
3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. and I still have not gone to sleep, because my mind goes from rewind to fast forward, making me stress and worry about what has happened in the past and what may happen moving toward what I would like my life to be. It's 3:15 and I start to believe that this person who I call myself isn't me, but a shell of someone who used to run and be carefree. And all the while I'm fighting these demons that claw and wound my soul, wishing they would stop and turn into angels that would protect me in a warm hold. It's 3:30 at night and I have yet to turn off the light, because the darkness reminds me of the place my thoughts take me to play a song I never liked. I'm not crazy, just a bit off, just a bit withdrawn and caught up with everything that's wrong. I'm a very loving and honest person, but in the mirror, I see someone who's never enough. It's almost 4 a.m. and I'm still tossing and turning until I decide to finally get up. Allow my feet to take me to the corner of the room and sit on the floor, where I try to convince myself that I am not a loser or a bore. Every muscle in my body becomes tense. as I watch the clock tick by and try to make things make sense. Every bone in my body aches as I remind myself of every single failure, every single take. I admit I have sinned and have brought to life monsters that drain the life out of me. Monsters who deceive me inside. Monsters who show me angels in disguise. Because these monsters won't stop until I'm all alone. These monsters won't stop until I'm just dust and bones. Now it's 5 a.m. and I start to cry for my tortured spirit that wants to die. But at 6 a.m. I start to hear the birds outside, and I snap out of my trance as the sun begins to rise. My eyes are swollen, my head throbs. Another day has been born to soothe my silent sobs. As my monsters decide to surrender for now and remove their claws. God, if you're listening, I pray for this light every day and every night. I seek your love so I can also love me. I seek your guidance as I get on my knees. Oh God, give me the strength that I need. Oh God, please help me break free. Beautiful soul. I wish I could turn back time to the moments where you smiled and were carefree. Life has been too hard on you since before we even met, and I vaguely remember the day you asked for a friend out of me. I never realized how close you had gotten as I struggled with my own monsters behind my screen. I was young and you were young. We were both growing and developing our own dreams. I never noticed how low you saw yourself and how you barely had any self-esteem. Because you showed the world a girl with strength, with failures and achievements, a girl who knew she could not flee. You gave me the push I needed to take a chance, because you knew there was someone out there for me. And I remember the long calls you would have some nights, wishing and hoping that our wants would someday be. I wish I could hug you and tell you that everything is going to be all right. You are so beautiful, so genuine, and I know life seems bleak and you can't see the light. And even after I vanished out of sight many years ago, you allowed me back into your life when I had licked my wounds and discovered that our friendship was too nice to let go. From everything I know about you and everything you haven't told me straight, I know deep down you're a fighter, but even fighters have their moments when they become afraid. The days have passed by and have slowly become weeks, and I feel guilty for not thinking of you during these moments of hardships and weeps. Oh, how I wish I could remove the illnesses and the worries from you with just one word. You deserve so much more. You deserve to live a long life and fly freely like a bird. I can't imagine what's been going on inside your head after one blow and then the next and the next. All I can do is give you moral support and pray for the best. You may not see how much of an impact you've caused in other people's lives, but I can assure you that you have, and that impact will last a lifetime. Beautiful, keep your head high and your voice strong, because you're a blessing on this earth, and you still have to sing your song. Please don't compare me. So I remind you of someone else you know. That's nice. I don't mind having similar traits and common interests. But once you start to say things that make me feel like I'm a substitute, that's when it stings. It seems like I'm a cheap knockoff based off the original that you constantly refer to or mistake me for. Somehow it feels like I'm not really me, but this backup when your precious original person isn't in the picture. Don't get me wrong, it's not full-on jealousy. More like a tad annoyed that I can't reach a certain level in the hierarchy you have built. But then there's that guilt, that if I say something about it, I'll make you feel bad or make you feel like you've done something wrong. I'm just trying to be honest here. My self-esteem lowers a bit whenever you compare me. So-and-so is like this, just like you. Blah, insert my name here. Sorry, I was thinking of blah. Ah, wait, you're not blah. Yes, I'm not blah, and I will never be blah. Who I am can't be at the same rank as the other person. It's not like I'm saying give all your attention to me or that you can't have anyone else in your life. But please just give me my place and don't always confuse me for the original. It gets to me sometimes, and I won't say a word and brush it off with a smile or a laugh. I might even pull away for a while. You may or may not notice or even care. But it's my way of putting myself in my own rank and try not to lower my value because of the things you say. Forgive me, I'm sorry. Don't take this personally. I wanted to get it off my chest and allow my heart to rest. I'm not a clone or the 2.0 version of the original. I'm me. Saying this makes me feel a little bit more free. Congratulations on the cherished bond you share with the other person. I do hope it continues to last. But if I keep hearing these comparisons that beat me down, I'll become part of your past. Perhaps I'll find the courage to say these words to you. So until then, I'll keep my lips shut and hush. Laugh and smile it off while you compare your beautiful butterfly to a moth.
Look, sport might not be the answer right now, but it teaches us this, that impossible challenges must be faced and overcome. And the reward is joy.
Perfection. How can I begin to describe or explain how much I crave perfection in myself and in the things I do? It's self-destructive, self-damaging, and yet it has me on my knees as I subdue to the overwhelming thoughts and desires that I must be nothing than the best, that I cannot rest until I am satisfied. Even if it drains me mentally, harms me emotionally, it's addicting, and I believe if I don't meet the status quo, I'm not worthy enough to even be around. Whatever I do is garbage, and I cannot stand next to the greats. To tell the truth, I've envisioned the perfect version of myself, one with no flaws, every trait and quality I lack. Someone who picks up a pen and writes beautiful words and heart-wrenching stories. Someone who attracts everyone, who takes the spotlight, who never feels the sadness and torment of not belonging. The pressure I carry is a constant reminder that I must do more, that I have to break through this door and achieve my goals before a certain age. The time's ticking. I must hurry and speed up my pace. But the more I live that way, the harder it is to enjoy anything. Even doing the things I love, but honestly it feels like a race against my friends, people I know, even myself. I scream, help me, when I feel like I'm sinking in high expectations that push, yet handicap me, into needing to prove that I am capable of overcoming the challenges. Physically, I see the facial features and body parts that sentence me to the low numbers on the beauty scale. Intellectually, I feel dumb, perhaps stupid, when I can't grasp or comprehend what is easy for others to understand. Personality-wise, I'm tossed to the side for being quiet, for not following the crowd, for dreading that others will think I'm not interesting and just boring. So I'll be invisible, wondering where I went wrong, why I can't be this ideal person that I imagine in my mind. It's always perfection that I seek, but I cannot seem to find. Why must I hold on to hope that somehow I will achieve what cannot be achieved? No matter how hard I try, how much I wish, perfection will not come true. This isn't a fairy tale, a princess not searching for me with the perfect shoe that will solve all my problems and hand me a happy ending. No, reality is far different, and yet the fantasies keep me going. Keep me believing that someday I will reach a point where I'll stop putting myself on overdrive and hoping for perfection. Choosing to work myself until I break down, it's neglection. And where is the happiness when I hardly smile and mostly frown? Being the best among the best, it's a test, one that I must not let control me, one that must not cover my heart and remain on my chest.
gallery, there's always meat.
So if you're hungry for something tasty,
Loving and caring about others has always been easier than loving and caring about myself. The self-hate I have for myself grew little by little since I was 11. I believe that's when it started because that's when I started comparing myself to other girls and feeling like a nobody. Since then, I hated my appearance, my personality, just who I was as a person in general. I'd constantly wish I wasn't me, that I looked prettier, that I was more fun to be around, and that I cared less about what others thought about me. So there I am with negative thoughts, self-destructive thoughts, anger, sadness, you name it. There were even moments of suicidal thoughts and suicidal attempts. The mind can be a scary place when you don't love yourself. It's weird when others see the best things about me and I can't. And even when I achieve something, I can't help but think I could have done better. That I'm behind while my friends and family members are ahead of me when it comes to so many things. I envision the life I want, the person I want to be, but I'm nowhere close to it. The mind can be a scary place when you don't love yourself. I've had days where I barely eat because I'm afraid of gaining weight. I've had nights I couldn't sleep because I kept thinking about everything that was wrong with me. I find it hard to interact with others because I believe they think I'm weird, awkward, or boring. I find it hard to smile sometimes because I think even that looks hideous. The mind can be a scary place when you don't love yourself. That's how it's been, and how it still is. Self-love is one of the hardest challenges when all you've grown accustomed to is hating on yourself. I hate my nose, my body, my face, my awkwardness, my acne scars. But what I hate most of all is my mind. My grades in school have always been great, but that smartness I have doesn't help with the internal damage I've done to myself. Yes, I'm proud of my academic accomplishments, but at the same time, how can I fully appreciate it when I can't even appreciate myself? The mind can be a scary place when you don't love yourself. So how does one start loving oneself? How does one leave this mindset and change into something better? Maybe through small triumphs and loving words? Maybe getting used to the mirror and pictures and not being quick to think, I look so bad or I look ugly. Maybe listening to the compliments I get from friends and family and say them to myself. The mind can be a scary place when you don't love yourself. What were those compliments I've heard? You're awesome. You're amazing. You're funny, smart, cute, and fun to talk to. You're interesting. You're adorable. You're so nice. You're one of the best people I've ever met. You're sweet. You're cool. You're down to earth. You're beautiful. I need to start saying these compliments in me. I need to believe in those words as much as the people who say them do. I need to engrave them in my mind and make a mantra for myself. A positive one. The mind can be a scary place when you don't love yourself. It'll be okay. It'll be hard, but it'll be worth it. I can do it. You can do it. We can do it. The mind can be a scary place when you don't love yourself. But it can be changed. It doesn't need to be scary. So let the self-love begin. There will be slip-ups. There will be days with habitual negative thoughts and self-hate. But that's how life is. The things you want the most don't come easy. And if you truly want it, you'll pick yourself up, no matter how many times, and keep going. So let's make the mind not such a scary place. It happened. Finally. Something's changed. I don't know how to feel about this. Am I Why am I glad? I can feel the pain inside my body. It's overwhelming everything I have inside me. And I try to realize that life goes on. Is that even true? Or does everybody say that so I can become you? Do they say that because of the lies that were told to everyone? Because of the price they had to pay for someone? Yes, I like to say that everything's okay. I like to show the happy side of me. Because these are the sides they want to see. These are the nice things about me. But nobody realizes that I'm hurt inside. That I feel so dirty and ashamed of what I've done. What I've become. I can't deny all these lies that I am showing to the world. I need to tell you the truth. That spoken word is new. I am a liar. I am a sinner. And not only that, I am dirty, guilty, irresponsible, cowardly, jealous, and so much more. But I am not the only one. We are all the same. We are all doing the same mistakes. So don't blame other people for what they did. Grab your own things and try to get rid. Rid of all the trash that you collected your whole life. The things you're trying to forget are getting worse if you let them hide. So, I can tell you how much life hurts. I can tell you how sad it turns. And yes, the good days exist. But you have to take the risk that after these days are coming other ways. You have to decide where you're going. I know it's hard if you don't know what you're doing. But be sure, there are always answers hiding. You just have to find them. So go. Don't turn back. Don't turn to the past. It's over. You have to try to finish the past. You have to try to move fast. Because if you never get away from the things that are so hard to
The day I met him was the day I began to change. One glance at that smile, that face, and everything else he displayed was hooked. And I got these butterflies in my stomach and felt excited for the first time in a long time over a guy. I imagined who he was, what his name was, and whether I had a chance to get to know him in a romantic way. 2 years went by and the crush still remained. A crush that brought me joy, but at the same time drove me insane. It wasn't until that one day where life decided I was ready for the game. My sister got his name and told me to add him on Facebook. Oh, you know I did. With anxiety coursing through my veins, I set up my profile before reaching out to this guy I couldn't stop thinking about. And then we chatted and talked on the phone. I was so nervous but extremely happy all on my own. So the days went by and we went out every week. We talked every night until one of us fell asleep. I thought this is it. I found the person I love. Oh, How wrong was I? You see, I became addicted with the special feeling he gave me whenever he called me princess, pretty, beautiful, or his treasure. I got a high from the sweet words and talks of the future that when he went silent, when I couldn't get in touch with him, I felt lost. I craved his attention. I wanted to be the girl he wanted, even if I had to change who I was. That's how desperately I wanted it to work, because in my mind, no one else would like me like he did. Sleepless nights spent crying over a guy that became too important to me in a matter of months. As smart as I was academically, straight A honor student, I was not smart enough when it came to love. I wanted his acceptance more than anything, that I slowly started to question my worth. But somehow I didn't completely lose focus of my value. Even when he brought up sex, promising to be the best, promising that he'd love me more and say if I didn't do it, I didn't like him enough. So that's when I snapped. This guy who had become my world showed me his true motives, continued his sweet words and loving attitude, but kept indirectly pressuring me to give in. As much as I liked him, as much as I wanted it to work, that pressure was too overbearing, and slowly the feelings began to fade. It was crazy. The first few days without talking to him, without hearing those tender words, I had grown obsessed. Those days turned into weeks and months, and eventually I was okay. Well, maybe not fully okay. Whenever I saw my friends or family in their relationships, I thought about that, even if it meant sleeping with him, because I wanted that affection that he gave. He was the first guy I ever found, the one who introduced me to the feeling of love. But since then, I haven't been the same. When I feel lonely, I feel the need to get reassurance from a guy. How can I explain the uncontrollable high love gave me? Fast forward, a year or so had passed, and I still think about those times. And again, I dodged a bullet. He was he would have destroyed me if I had let myself be overcome. That void is still there, but I'm working on getting it repaired. Love is definitely a beautiful thing, but it can also turn ugly, interlock with sadness, and cause you to forget everything else you deem important. Oh, the craving still remains. The craving is still there. The craving still remains. The craving is still. Undying love. Loving you is what I do, but to you it's nothing new. Friends is what you want to stay, but I just can't feel the same way. You ask me why I can't erase this love I have for you, and I tell you everything, the honest truth, even things I'm sure you already knew. I adore the way you didn't ignore me or push me away, the gentle, kind words you said to me that kept me from walking astray, the humor you gave to me when I felt like my world was crumbling down. You easily gave me a reason to smile instead of frown. The long conversations you and I had played through my mind constantly and blocked me from being sad. Alone I would feel the urge to just end it all. You quickly ran to catch me from my devastating fall. How do you understand why I fell for you? You can't erase my love. You're so important to me, and my angel sent from up above. I'll kiss you with my words and let you now go. My undying love will continue on, and I'll end this poem with a wall. Dreamers. Dreams are created to empower us, to give us a goal that we can aim for and strive for. But not everyone has the chance to make it come true. Some adapt to the way their lives are and become complacent with what they have. Others decide to give up because the road to what they want has gotten harder and harder. They say dreaming doesn't cost anything, but fighting to have those dreams means sacrifice. It means standing alone when everyone else leaves. It means wanting to throw in the towel, but at the same time not being able to let go. It means losing sleep due to the desire of moving forward instead of staying in the same place. It means crying when nothing seems to be going right after so much hard work and effort. It means being looked down at by others who see the dream as impossible. That's why dreamers are many, but achievers are few. That's why dreams are called dreams, because it's so easy to lose ourselves in the clouds. The Many of us are what we want our futures, but many of us are afraid to face the challenges that come before us. Dreamers feel chained to a reality that applauds dreams but barely support it. The competition is enormous, they say, which makes it impossible for an ordinary person to beat the odds. But what about the movies, books, and TV shows that show the underdog making it over the mountain? Why can't the underdog be as motivated and dedicated in real life? Life isn't meant to keep us trapped. It isn't meant to keep us from flying and soaring the sky. Dreaming with our eyes open is scary. Dreaming with our eyes open takes courage. So dream. Dream for the impossible. Dream for what you don't want to live without. Because a dream that is unfulfilled is a sad one. A dreamer unfulfilled is a person who has lost the spark in their eyes and the flame in their heart. Everyone says it isn't easy. But if we can win the hard levels of a video game after days and months of determination, we can do the same with our dreams. Nothing is impossible. As your friend.